Good morning, everybody. It's lovely to be speaking to you again this Monday morning. A big hello to all of the children who are at school, 5 and 6, and our key workers, and also a big hello to children in 3 and 4 who might be watching this from home. Now, before I start my collective worship today, I want to say a special hello to Ruben from Year 3, and I know that Ruben watches our collective worship every day. So I've got a little message, Ruben, from Miss Chadburn. She says, have a go at reading another book today and let her know all about it via Seesaw. Right, so we're going to get started with our collective worship this morning. And we're going to be thinking about quite a serious topic today. We're going to be thinking about when things go wrong. And we're going to be thinking about how whatever we do, it affects another person in some way. And our actions can either add to their difficulties or can help them. Sometimes things happen to people that make them feel as if their world has come tumbling down. So imagine a great big tower of Jenga blocks, and imagine those Jenga blocks coming tumbling down. Often, these things that make those towers fall down might be big events in people's lives, and it can make them feel very upset. For example, sometimes at school we might find that someone comes into school very upset and crying, and we know that a big thing may have happened at home, and it's up to us to support that child and make them feel happy and be thoughtful towards them. So big things can make that tower of emotions come tumbling down. However, sometimes it can be the build-up of little things that can make us feel sad and make us feel that we can't cope anymore. And this is true for children, and it's also true for adults. There are examples, so I can think of some examples of things that might make you feel a little bit sad. For example, you're in the playground and maybe somebody doesn't want to play with you. That makes you feel a little bit sad. Maybe someone from your family's lost their temper and shouted a little bit. That might make you feel a little bit sad. Maybe you've had an argument with a friend. That might make you feel a little bit sad. I'm sure you can think of examples of things that make you feel a little bit sad. So imagine that tower of Jenga blocks. Now, it's not like the whole tower has come tumbling down. You might have removed a few little blocks and it's still standing. So the tower looks as if it's okay, but actually there are bits missing. And it's the same, isn't it, when we have those little things inside us that make us feel a little bit sad. Now, I know for lots of us at the moment, things are quite tricky. It's been a long time since we've been all together at school. Some of us have been at home trying with our home learning for many months. And there may be days, and it's quite normal, that we're feeling a little bit sad. And I know that for some of us coming to school, we're in our bubbles, which is great, but there'll be friends or people from other groups who we're not seeing so much, and that might make us feel a little bit sad. And just like a family, for those children who are in those bubbles of 10, there will be times and there are little disagreements as we all are spending quite a lot of time together. That's normal, but it might make us feel a little bit sad. So sometimes we can have a little things that make us feel a little bit sad, but it gets to a point and we might feel like we've been pushed over the edge. So it's really important for all of us to know that although someone might seem to be okay on the outside, they might be carrying those little bits of sadness around on the inside. So it's really important that we treat them well and we try to be sensitive to the people around us. Think before we say things and think before we speak to make sure that we are being considerate. So I'm going to challenge you to think about the way you behave towards others. Think about what you say before you speak. Think that somebody in your bubble or at home might be feeling a little bit sad, and be sensitive to that. And remember, the way that we are feeling affects the way that we behave. So on Friday at school, it was very, very hot, wasn't it? And if I'm perfectly honest, when it's very hot, I'm not in the best of moods myself. And that can affect the way that I behave because my temper is a little bit shorter. So just think that actually the way someone is feeling can affect the way that they behave. If a person is feeling happy when someone says they can't join in and play a particular game, for example, they might happily go off and play with somebody else. However, if the child's already feeling a bit sad and you're told you can't play, then actually it might make you feel really upset. So, what's really important for all of us is if we have those feelings inside, those little feelings of sadness, that they're getting on top of us, we take the time and we speak to somebody. So if you're at home, maybe it's time to have that little chat with mum and dad. If you're at school, there's always a teacher who you can speak to. We are there to support you and to help you. So if you're feeling a little bit sad, that's the person to turn to. So, what does the Bible say about this? Well, the Bible understands that sometimes we can feel hurt and upset about the people around us. And the Bible also understands that we can carry sadness, little bits of sadness inside us too. And the Bible also understands that we can sometimes feel quite alone. However, the reassuring thing for Christians is that the Bible tells us whatever we have done, however sad we might feel, however lonely we might be, God is always there. Joshua chapter 1 verse 9 says, God will be with you wherever you go. So I want you, if you're in school, to just take a moment of quiet reflection. At home also join in with this. Think about the people around you. Some of them, if you're at school, will be good friends, but actually some of the children in your bubble or your group, especially in year 5, for those children coming in, might be children that you don't know so well. Just have that moment of empathy and think that you will be sympathetic to their needs today. If you're at home, have a little think about your family and just think maybe they might be feeling a little bit sad this morning. And if they are, think about how you can support them in that. And remember, the way you treat them will make a huge difference to how they feel today. Prayer. So we're going to have a prayer now. If you would like to make it your prayer, I'd like you to say Amen at the end. If you do not wish to pray, just listen to the words and think your own thoughts. Dear God, thank you for everybody in our school family. Thank you for the children that are in the school building, and thank you for the children who are at home. Thank you that even though we may not know what is happening in each person's life, you do know and you do care. Please help us to think about others today. Help us to be thoughtful and sensitive to those around us. Amen. If you would like to sing a song, go to the front page of the website where a new song has been loaded up for you. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope that you enjoy the learning that you're doing if you're at home or if you're at school, and I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Bye bye and God bless.